Ji-min stepped off the transport pod, her boots touching the metallic platform of the Galactic University of Sciences. The massive campus floated in space, enclosed in a clear dome that showed stars twinkling against the black void. She adjusted her backpack, feeling the weight of being Earth's first exchange student in 50 years. Around her, other students moved in groups. Some floated on anti-gravity discs, others walked on multiple legs, and a few slithered across the smooth floor. Their skin colors ranged from deep purple to bright orange, with scales, feathers, and fur in between. A tall bird-like professor approached the new students. His blue feathers shimmered as he spread his 4 wings in welcome. "Greetings, new students. I am Professor Velix. Follow me to orientation." The group entered a large hall with floating seats. Ji-min sat next to a small green student with 6 eyes. The creature whispered, "I am Blix, from Meridian 7. What world sends you here?" "Earth," Ji-min replied simply. Blix's eyes widened. "The Deathworld." Ji-min frowned. "It's not that bad." Professor Velix began the safety presentation. "The galaxy holds many dangers. Some plants excrete mild acids. Some creatures have weak venom. We'll teach you to avoid these hazards." Ji-min almost laughed. Mild acids, weak venom. She thought about Australian box jellyfish and poison ivy back home. Now, Velix continued, "We'll discuss proper behavior around semi-dangerous wildlife." He showed a hologram of a creature no bigger than a rabbit with tiny fangs. "This fearsome beast requires extreme caution." Without thinking, Ji-min said, "My cat is scarier than that." The room went silent. Every eye turned to her. "You keep predators?" a student with purple scales asked, horrified. "Well, yes, cats, dogs. They're pets. But they have teeth and claws," Blix exclaimed. Ji-min shrugged. "Sure, but they usually don't use them on us. They sleep in our beds, play with our children." A crystalline student near the front made a sound like breaking glass. "You let carnivores near your offspring." "Of course. Dogs protect children. They're loyal friends." The professor's feathers stood on end. "Miss, what was your name?" "Ji-min. From Earth." "Ah, yes. Earth." Velix consulted his datapad. "Class: Earth is classified as a Category 5 hazard world. Extreme gravity, violent weather patterns, aggressive fauna, toxic flora." "It's really not," Ji-min started. "Moving on," Velix interrupted quickly. "Let's discuss proper emergency procedures." As the orientation continued, Ji-min stepped off the transport pod, her boots touching the metallic platform of the Galactic University of Sciences. The massive campus floated in space, enclosed in a clear dome that showed stars twinkling against the black void. She adjusted her backpack, feeling the weight of being Earth's first exchange student in 50 years. Around her, other students moved in groups. Some floated on anti-gravity discs, others walked on multiple legs, and a few slithered across the smooth floor. Their skin colors ranged from deep purple to bright orange, with scales, feathers, and fur in between. A tall bird-like professor approached the new students. His blue feathers shimmered as he spread his 4 wings in welcome. "Greetings, new students. I am Professor Velix. Follow me to orientation." The group entered a large hall with floating seats. Ji-min sat next to a small green student with 6 eyes. The creature whispered, "I am Blix, from Meridian 7. What world sends you here?" "Earth," Ji-min replied simply. Blix's eyes widened. "The Deathworld." Ji-min frowned. "It's not that bad." Professor Velix began the safety presentation. "The galaxy holds many dangers. Some plants excrete mild acids. Some creatures have weak venom. We'll teach you to avoid these hazards." Ji-min almost laughed. Mild acids, weak venom. She thought about Australian box jellyfish and poison ivy back home. Now, Velix continued, "We'll discuss proper behavior around semi-dangerous wildlife." He showed a hologram of a creature no bigger than a rabbit with tiny fangs. This fearsome beast requires extreme caution. Without thinking, Jimin said, "My cat is scarier than that." The room went silent. Every eye turned to her. "You keep predators?" A student with purple scales asked, horrified. "Well, yes. Cats, dogs, they're pets. But they have teeth and claws," Blix exclaimed. Jimin shrugged. "Sure, but they usually don't use them on us. They sleep in our beds, play with our children." A crystalline student near the front made a sound like breaking glass. "You let carnivores near your offspring?" "Of course. Dogs protect children. They're loyal friends." The professor's feathers stood on end. "Miss, what was your name?" "Jimin. From Earth." "Ah, yes. Earth." Vilix consulted his datapad. "Class. Earth is classified as a Category 5 hazard world. Extreme gravity, violent weather patterns, aggressive fauna, toxic flora. It's really not," Jimin started. "Moving on," Vilix interrupted quickly. "Let's discuss proper emergency procedures." As the orientation continued, Jimin noticed other students edging away from her. During the lunch break, she sat alone until Blix cautiously approached. "Is it true," Blix whispered, "that your world has storms that can destroy buildings?" Jimin nodded. "Hurricanes, tornadoes, typhoons. We name the big ones. You name your disasters. Makes them less scary somehow." Blix's 6 eyes blinked rapidly. "And you survive these, every year." "We prepare, board up windows, stock supplies, help neighbors." A small crowd had gathered, listening despite their fear. A student covered in soft pink fur spoke up. "But why stay? Why not evacuate the planet?" Jimin smiled. "Because it's home. The same world that throws hurricanes at us also gives us beautiful sunsets, vast oceans, forests full of life. We adapt." Later, during a campus tour, the group visited the university's pride, a greenhouse containing dangerous plants. The guide warned them about thorns and mild irritants. Jimin touched a plant resembling a Venus flytrap. It snapped shut on her finger. The guide screamed. Students panicked. Jimin calmly opened the plant's trap and freed her finger. "These are smaller than the ones in my mother's garden," she commented. "You grow carnivorous plants?" the guide asked weakly. "They eat insects. Keeps the house pest-free." By day's end, rumors spread quickly. The human student wrestled deadly plants. She tamed wild beasts. She laughed at dangers that terrified others. In her dorm room that night, Jimin unpacked photos of home. Her golden retriever playing fetch. Her father teaching her to build fires. Her mother's garden full of roses and pitcher plants. A soft knock interrupted her thoughts. Blix stood in the doorway. "I brought you a welcome gift," Blix said, offering a glowing crystal. "But I'm afraid it might be too fragile for someone from a death world." Jimin accepted it gently. "It's beautiful. Thank you." Blix hesitated. "Are all humans like you?" "Fearless." "Not fearless, just used to different things. We feel fear of like anyone else." "Will you teach us how to be brave?" Jimin looked at the small alien, remembering her own first day at a new school years ago. Different planet, same nervousness. "How about we learn from each other?" she suggested. "You teach me about crystal singing. I'll show you how to pet a dog without fear." Blix's eyes sparkled. "Deal." As the campus lights dimmed for the night cycle, Jimin realized she might be the alien here, but she wasn't alone. Earth had taught her strength, but these gentle beings could teach her something too. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but for now, she had made her first friend among the stars. Jimin arrived early to xenobiology class, taking a seat near the middle of the curved amphitheater. Blix settled nervously beside her, all 6 eyes darting between Jimin and the door where other students filed in, giving the Deathworld human a wide berth. Professor Vilix entered, his blue feathers rustling as he activated the holographic display. Today, we study planetary habitability zones. A colorful chart appeared, showing planets sorted by danger levels. Green zones represent ideal conditions, Velix explained. Moderate temperatures, gentle weather, docile fauna. Yellow zones have minor challenges but remain livable. Red zones, his voice dropped dramatically. These are death worlds, uninhabitable except by the most extreme organisms. Earth glowed angry red on the chart. Jae-min raised her hand. Professor, I think there's a mistake. Earth should be yellow at most. The class fell silent. Velix's feathers flattened against his head. Miss Jae-min, Earth's classification comes from extensive research. Its gravity alone causes bone deformation in most species. But humans evolved there. We're fine. Velix sighed. Let's examine why Earth earned its rating. He pulled up new images. Class, observe these Earth creatures. This is what humans somehow coexist with. A shark filled the display, rows of teeth gleaming. This aquatic predator has remained unchanged for millions of years, Velix said. It can detect blood from kilometers away. Jae-min couldn't help herself. People surf with sharks all the time. Some even dive with them for fun. A student near the back made a choking sound. Velix moved to the next image. A grizzly bear standing on its hind legs. This creature weighs over 600 kilograms and can run faster than most civilized beings. They mostly eat berries and fish, Jae-min added. If you make noise while hiking, they usually avoid you. Usually, Blix whispered. Well, nothing's guaranteed. Velix showed more slides. Venomous snakes, crocodiles, lions. With each one, Jae-min offered casual comments about how humans dealt with them. The class grew increasingly pale. But surely, a crystalline student chimed. You live in sealed environments, protected from such horrors. Jae-min shook her head. We have cities, but lots of people live in rural areas. Some even camp in the wilderness for fun. Fun, multiple voices exclaimed. Velix rubbed his feathered temples. Let's discuss microorganisms. Earth harbors countless deadly pathogens. True, Jae-min agreed. But our immune systems adapt. We even use weakened viruses to train our bodies to fight diseases. You inject yourselves with diseases. On purpose. A pink-furred student looked ready to faint. It's called vaccination. Saves millions of lives. Velix pulled up his final slide. Earth experiences temperature variations from -89 to +57 degrees Celsius. Storms can generate winds over 300 kilometers per hour. Tectonic activity causes ground-shaking events that topple structures. Earthquakes, Jae-min nodded. We build earthquake-resistant buildings now, and hurricane parties are pretty common. Parties, Blix squeaked, during disasters. Well, if you can't evacuate, might as well make the best of it with neighbors. A student with spiral horns raised a trembling hand. How many humans die from these dangers daily? Jae-min considered. Actually, more humans die from car accidents than animal attacks. We're pretty good at handling natural threats. Car accidents? Velix asked. Oh, we hurtle around in metal boxes at over 100 kilometers per hour. Just normal transportation. Half the class looked ready to transfer to other courses. Velix deactivated the display. Class dismissed. Miss Jae-min, please remain. As students filed out, many giving Jae-min an even wider berth than before, Blix lingered. Go ahead, Jae-min told her friend. I'll catch up. Once alone, Velix studied Jae-min. You truly see nothing unusual about your world. Professor, Earth is dangerous, yes, but it taught us to be resilient. Every challenge made us stronger, smarter. We learned to work together, to innovate, to adapt. But why choose such hardship? Jae-min smiled. We didn't choose it. Earth chose us. And despite everything trying to kill us, we fell in love with our world. The same storms that destroy also bring rain for crops. The same predators that hunt us help maintain ecosystem balance. It's beautiful in its danger. Velix's feathers shifted thoughtfully. Perhaps I've been teaching this wrong. Would you consider giving a guest lecture? Help us understand how humans not only survive but thrive on a death world. I'd be honored. Walking back to her dorm, Ji-min found Blix waiting. Are you in trouble? Blix asked. No, I'm going to teach a class about Earth. Blix's eyes widened. Will you tell them about the spiders? What about them? You mentioned some inject flesh melty, ain venom. Ji-min laughed. Only a few species. Most are harmless. They eat mosquitoes, which actually kill more humans than. She stopped, seeing Blix's expression. You know what? Maybe I'll start with butterflies. As they walked together, Ji-min realized her biggest challenge wasn't surviving at Galactic University. It was helping others understand that sometimes the most dangerous places create the strongest people, and that strength could be used to protect, not threaten. She thought about her lecture. Maybe she'd begin with how humans domesticated wolves, turning fearsome predators into loyal companions. That story always showed Earth's true nature, a world where danger and beauty danced together, creating something extraordinary. The grand atrium of the Galactic University sparkled with decorations from 37 worlds. Holographic symbols floated in the air, exotic foods lined long tables, and students wore their traditional garments. Cultural Exchange Day had arrived, and Ji-min adjusted her hanbok, smoothing the vibrant fabric as she prepared for her presentation. Are you ready? Blix asked, hovering beside her. After the biology class incident, Blix had become her constant companion. Fascinated by the human who spoke casually about Earth's dangers. I think so, Ji-min replied, checking her data tablet. Though I'm worried I might scare everyone again. The presentations began with a student from Crystalia, demonstrating how his people communicated through musical tones. He touched crystal formations that rang with beautiful sounds. The audience applauded politely. Next, a student with diamond-like skin showed how her people painted with light, creating vivid patterns that floated in the air. Her graceful movements generated swirls of color that brought gasps of delight. Ji-min watched nervously as each presentation highlighted peace, beauty, and harmony. What would they think of Earth's offerings? When her turn came, Ji-min stepped onto the platform. The room quieted, students leaning forward with a mixture of fear and curiosity. On Earth, she began, we celebrate our diversity through many cultural traditions. I'd like to share some with you today. She activated her first hologram, humans dancing in various styles from ballet to breakdancing. We express ourselves through movement, she explained. A few students nodded appreciatively. Then she showed images of human sporting events. These are competitions we created for fun and challenge. The audience watched skiers racing down snow-covered mountains, runners sprinting on tracks, and swimmers cutting through water. This seems reasonable, someone whispered. Ji-min smiled and switched to her next display. This is called rock climbing. The hologram showed humans scaling sheer cliff faces with minimal equipment. You do this for entertainment? A professor asked, mandibles clicking in shock. Yes. And this? Ji-min played a video of skydivers leaping from aircraft. They're falling. Blix gasped. Falling on purpose, Ji-min confirmed. It's called skydiving. The room erupted in whispers. Ji-min continued, showing surfing massive waves, whitewater rafting, and bungee jumping. With each image, the students' eyes grew wider. But why risk your lives for fun? Asked the crystalline student. Earth taught us to embrace challenge. We find joy in testing our limits, in feeling fully alive. Ji-min moved to her next topic. Food is also central to Earth culture. The hologram displayed diverse Earth dishes. Some human cultures eat food so spicy they cause pain. Pain for pleasure. A student with blue tentacles curled them in confusion. It releases chemicals in our brains that some find enjoyable. We also drink bitter drinks like coffee or alcohol, which temporarily impairs our functions. You poison yourselves? Professor Villix asked. In small doses, it's usually fine. Jaemin paused, wondering if she should continue. She decided honesty was best. One more important aspect of Earth culture is our relationship with animals. The hologram showed a family with a large golden retriever. Many humans keep predators as companions. We call them pets. They live in our homes, sleep in our beds, play with our children. But they have teeth, exclaimed a purple-scaled student. They do. But they're loyal and loving. Dogs especially were once wild wolves that we formed partnerships with thousands of years ago. Jaemin showed a child hugging a dog. They protect us, and we protect them. Something changed in the room. The fear shifted to something else. Curiosity, perhaps even respect. A student with glowing antennae raised her hand. Your species tamed predators. We did. Not through force, but through trust and mutual benefit. And you find beauty in danger? Another asked. Jaemin nodded. Earth isn't just about surviving threats. It's about finding joy despite them, or sometimes because of them. The same mountains that can kill climbers also inspire artists. The same ocean that drowns sailors also gives us peace when we watch the sunset. Jaemin finished by showing Earth's natural wonders. The Grand Canyon, Northern Lights, Great Barrier Reef. This is my home. Dangerous, yes, but also beautiful beyond words. When she finished, the room was silent. Then, slowly, applause began. During the reception afterward, students approached Jaemin with questions. The fear had transformed into fascination. Could you teach me to climb? Asked the student with diamond skin. Would your dog accept me as a friend? Wondered another. Blix stayed by her side, proudly introducing Jaemin to others. She understands both strength and gentleness. Blix explained. Earth humans contain contradictions. That evening, Jaemin sat in the observation dome, watching distant stars. Professor Villix found her there. Your presentation changed minds today, he said, including mine. How so? I always taught that surviving harsh conditions creates only harshness in return, but humans learned something else from your dangerous world. What's that? Jaemin asked. You learn to appreciate beauty more deeply because it exists alongside danger. Perhaps that makes Earth not a death world after all, but a world that taught its children to truly live. Jaemin smiled, thinking of home with all its perils and all its wonders. For the first time since arriving, she felt fully understood. The morning air buzzed with nervous energy as students gathered at the transport dock. Today marked the semester's most dreaded event, the survival field test on Moon Beta 7. Instructors distributed emergency beacons, protective suits, and basic survival packs. Remember, Professor Villix announced, feathers ruffled with concern, Beta 7 has Class 2 environmental hazards. You will spend 26 hours surviving its wilderness with minimal technology. Work together, follow protocols, and use your emergency beacon if truly necessary. Jaemin stood with Blix and 3 other students who had become her friends since Cultural Exchange Day. Unlike the others, she wore only a light jacket over her standard uniform, no protective gear. Aren't you taking a suit? Asked Tora, a student with delicate purple scales. Jaemin shook her head. The briefing said temperatures range from 10 to 30 degrees Celsius. That's pleasant spring weather on Earth. Blix's 6 eyes blinked rapidly. But what about the dangerous wildlife? The largest predator is the size of a small dog. I'll be fine. The transport dropped them at designated coordinates, a rocky plain near a small forest. Wind whipped across the landscape at what the safety briefing had called dangerous speeds. To Jaemin, it felt like a mild breeze. Professor Villix activated a hovering camera drone. Your challenge begins now. You must establish shelter, find water, and survive until extraction tomorrow. Good luck. As the transport departed, panic rippled through many students. Some immediately activated their protective suits. Others huddled in groups, arguing about what to do first. Jainin surveyed the land, spotting a stream in the distance. Water source there, she pointed. Those rock formations would make good shelter. Anyone want to help gather materials? Her small group followed her lead while other students struggled with technology-dependent solutions. One tried to assemble a complex shelter unit, but couldn't make it work without the instruction manual. Within an hour, Ji-min had built a sturdy lean-to against the rocks using fallen branches and broad leaves. She collected stones to create a fire pit. "How are you making fire?" Tora asked. "Our packs have no ignition devices." Ji-min pulled out 2 sticks. "We'll do it the old way." "With sticks?" Blix looked confused. "It's called friction fire," Ji-min demonstrated, creating a notch in one stick and spinning another rapidly against it. Her friends watched in amazement as smoke appeared, then a tiny ember that she carefully transferred to a nest of dry grass. She gently blew on it until flames appeared. "That's incredible," Tora whispered. By mid-afternoon, Ji-min had caught small fish from the stream using a handmade spear. She showed her friends which plants were likely safe to eat by observing which ones local animals consumed. Other student groups weren't faring as well. Many huddled in half-constructed shelters, already using their ration packs instead of finding food. As evening approached, temperatures dropped. Students from warmer worlds shivered despite their suits. Ji-min kept the fire burning, teaching her friends to add fuel gradually. On Earth camping trips, fire is both protection and comfort, she explained. It scares away predators, provides warmth, and cooks food. "Your people camp, voluntarily?" asked Kano, a student with crystalline skin. "Of course. Connecting with nature helps us remember where we came from." A scream pierced the twilight. Ji-min jumped up, locating the sound. A student from another group stood frozen as a small furry creature approached her camp. The animal had bright eyes and teeth barely larger than a rabbit's, but the student was paralyzed with fear. "It's a terrorfang," someone shouted. "They're aggressive predators." Ji-min jogged toward the scene, where the small creature was now pawing through the student's opened ration pack. "Don't move," instructed a panicked professor through a communication device. "Use your emergency beacon." But Ji-min simply clapped her hands loudly and made herself look bigger. "Hey, move along." She stomped her foot. The startled animal looked up, decided this large creature wasn't worth fighting, and scampered away with a food packet in its mouth. The trembling student, Lyra, stared at Ji-min with wide eyes. "It could have killed me." Ji-min smiled gently. "It was just hungry." Most predators avoid fights they might lose. Looking big and making noise usually works. "You didn't hurt it," Lyra observed. "No need. It's just trying to survive, like us." Word spread quickly. By nightfall, several more students had joined Ji-min's camp, drawn by the fire's warmth and her calm competence. As they sat around the fire, Ji-min taught them earth songs and showed them how to roast food on sticks. She pointed out star patterns, explaining how humans once navigated by them. "How do you know all this?" Blix asked. "Was it part of your education?" Ji-min smiled, remembering camping trips with her family. "Some of it, but mostly, these are things passed down through generations. Long before we had technology, humans had to understand nature to survive." When extraction arrived the next day, the professors were surprised to find Ji-min's expanded group not just surviving but thriving. Their shelters stood firm, they had surplus food, and no one had used emergency beacons. Professor Villix pulled Ji-min aside as they boarded the transport. "You've shown exceptional leadership beyond mere survival skills." Ji-min shrugged. "On Earth, we learned early that helping others survive is how we all thrive." "Perhaps," Villix said thoughtfully, "we need to reclassify what makes a world dangerous. It seems Earth's harshness created something remarkable in its people. As the transport lifted off, Jimin looked back at their camp. What her classmates saw as a hostile environment, she recognized as a place of beauty and opportunity. The real lesson wasn't just about survival techniques. It was about seeing challenges as possibilities. The semester's end approached rapidly after the survival test. Jimin walked through the university corridors, noticing how differently students reacted to her now. Instead of fearful glances, she received respectful nods. Some even waved or smiled, calling her by name. "Earth student, wait up," called a voice behind her. Jimin turned to see Lyra, the blue-skinned student she had rescued from the Terror Fang on Beta 7. Once terrified of Jimin, Lyra now carried a stack of datapads and wore an eager expression. "I was hoping you might help with my research project," Lyra said, slightly out of breath. "I'm studying adaptability across species, and well, you're the perfect example." Jimin smiled. "Sure, I'd be happy to help." As they walked to the library together, 3 more students joined them, asking Jimin questions about Earth. What had once been whispers of Deathworld human had transformed into something like celebrity status. In the central cafeteria, Blix had saved their usual table. Jimin's small friend had become something of an unofficial assistant, managing the many requests for Jimin's time. "You have training sessions with the athletics department this afternoon," Blix reported as Jimin sat down. "And Professor Vilix wants to discuss a special project." "When did I become so popular?" Jimin laughed, taking a bite of the bland university food. Kano, the crystalline student, joined their table. "Everyone's talking about how you're developing a new survival curriculum with the professors. Is it true you'll teach us Earth techniques?" "It's just a proposal right now," Jimin said modestly. "Basic skills that might help in emergencies." A group of first-year students passed by, pointing and whispering. One of them approached nervously. "Excuse me," the young student said, scales flickering with anxiety. "Is it true you fought off a pack of terror fangs with your bare hands?" Jimin nearly choked on her food. "What? No, it was just one small animal, and I didn't fight it. I just scared it away." "Oh." The student looked disappointed. "What about swimming through acid lakes? Someone said humans can do that." "Definitely not true," Jimin laughed. "Our skin would dissolve just like yours." As the stories grew wilder, Jimin tried to correct them, but the legend seemed to take on a life of its own. By midweek, some students believed she could breathe toxic air and lift objects 10 times her weight. Professor Velix called her to his office to discuss the situation. "You've become quite the campus sensation," he said, his feathers rustling with amusement. "Some first-years are terrified of you, others want to be you." "I'm just a regular human," Jimin protested. "These stories are getting out of hand." "Perhaps," Velix suggested, "this is an opportunity. You've shown our students that strength isn't just about surviving danger. It's about helping others through it." The professor proposed a special assembly where Jimin could address the entire student body, sharing the truth about Earth and humans. On the day of the assembly, the Great Hall was packed. Students from all years and departments crowded in, many standing along the walls when seats ran out. The low hum of excited conversation filled the air. Jimin stood backstage, suddenly nervous. Blix patted her hand with a tiny tentacle. "Just be yourself," Blix encouraged. "That's impressive enough." When Jimin walked onto the stage, the hall fell silent. She looked out at hundreds of alien faces, all watching expectantly. "I've heard the stories about me," she began, "that I wrestle predators, drink poison, and breathe fire." Laughter rippled through the audience. "The truth is both less and more impressive. Humans aren't super beings. We're fragile in many ways. We bleed easily. We break easily. We die easily." She paused, letting that sink in. What makes Earth special isn't that it created invincible creatures. It's that it taught us to keep going despite our fragility, to help each other, to face fear not because we don't feel it, but because we know courage only exists when fear is present. Jimin activated the display screen, showing images of Earth, children playing in parks, families sharing meals, people helping others during disasters. Earth is dangerous, yes, but it's also beautiful. We have oceans that can drown us, but we learn to swim in them anyway. We have mountains that can kill us, but we climb them to see the sunrise. We have storms that destroy our homes, but we rebuild together. The hall remained silent, captivated. The real strength of humanity isn't individual toughness, it's community. It's adaptability. It's finding joy despite hardship. After the assembly, students surrounded Jimin, asking questions not about dangerous beasts or extreme survival, but about human art, music, and relationships. Lyra approached her last, waiting until the crowd thinned. "You're not what I expected," Lyra admitted. "When I first met you, I thought Earth must make its people hard and cruel to survive." "And now?" Jimin asked. "Now I think perhaps the opposite is true. Maybe facing danger made humans kinder, more aware of life's value." As graduation approached, Jimin realized she had become a bridge between worlds. Not as a fearsome Deathworld survivor, but as someone who showed that resilience and compassion could exist together. On her final night at the university, Jimin stood in the observation dome with her friends, looking toward the distant star that warmed her home planet. "Will you miss Earth?" Blix asked. "Every day," Jimin replied. "But I'm not just Earth's student anymore. I'm yours too. And that makes the galaxy feel a little more like home."